Can Zeke deke again? It's the coach. You're set for Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, Ezekiel Elliott, fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Tennessee Titans. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
By many accounts, Coach, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here come the Ravens now ready to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They run the draw play. This is White. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Ready, ready. Right, check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. And here now, the Baltimore offense.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. A look now at how Tennessee's going to line up defensively. And they're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
They'll run with White, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. They'll look to throw, and he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. Orchestrating the offense will be their versatile quarterback, the Hawaii native, Oregon Duck product. Of course, that's Marcus Mariota.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mariota. Looking right sideline. That's complete. 22 yards there. A first down.
I'm here all day.
First down. Mariota. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
You see me?
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
To try again after the sack. Mariota. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing is Mariota. Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. Here's Mariota. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And the offensive starters for Tennessee.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Hey, 50. 50's a mic. 50's a mic.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Draw play, Elliott. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Ravens, they'll take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Hey, let's get there.
1st down, here's White. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
60 Pittsburgh. Get him, boys.
Quick throw taken in by Snead. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Coming again. 54, come on, 54.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
3 down, 3 down.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards. A first down carry by Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, it's Elliott, and able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. The Titans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw Mariota. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Taylor Lewan, the former first-rounder from Michigan, flag there. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 44-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball in the option, but not there. I mean, you just saw exactly why many old NFL coaches would say, don't use your quarterback in the running game.
Now a pass dropped off here for James White.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll set up a throw. It's complete to Snead. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Tucker, a career 70% success rate from 50+, just incredible. And the All-Pro is money from distance again there.
They ought to give him 4 points for field goals from some of the distances that this guy makes them from.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 35 on 2nd down, Mariota. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Titans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Now back to throw. This is White on the screen. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Mike 54. Here I come.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And an out. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 19. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. 1st and 10 at the 19. Here's White. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down now. It's White, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. They'll set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
From the 29, Mariota. This one caught by Davis. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now Mariota, an 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To the air again, Mariota. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mariota. It's caught by Davis. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
A 46-yard attempt.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll move him back within 6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. On the move to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Back to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's White. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that one will be accepted.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. Third down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing is Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot. There we go.
They start the drive with White. And an alley to run. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 2nd down, it's White. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets them back for second down. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be a second and long.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
On second down, Elliott. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. A dump off to Elliott. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Out to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Kevin Byard, the Middle Tennessee Blue Raider, gets the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace, money throw right there to move the sticks.
Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mariota. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Mariota. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. Mariota. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They go play action. Mariota. He'll get this one complete to Davis. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Parkey with the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the third. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, and it's 3rd down.
Tight end right, tight end right. Hey.
They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down, Titans, gain of 12. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Completes it to Davis. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further.
Let's go, baby. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Pick it up, guys.
Throwing, Mariota. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
3rd and long here for Mariota. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The drive starts with a run by White. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. White again. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's complete to Snead. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
Let's go, baby. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. Able to fight through one tackle. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 5. Snead's got it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Back to throw now on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to keep it here. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down now. It's White, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And an alley to run. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on 1st down. White. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 11-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Vaughn, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year, and the Ravens have retaken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. That one complete to Elliott. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. Mariota now. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The Ravens on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. Here it's 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain.
We play to win. Let's go.
Marcus Mariota and the Titans about to go on offense. He's been pretty good when he's had time. The issue is, as we see here, a lot of times he hasn't had the time.
And a lot of that in getting past it is attitude. Well, how's he projecting? Is he showing that the other team is getting to him? Is he showing his guys up front that he's upset, that he's angry, or is he still encouraging? Because those guys, they've got to find a way to pick it up, and it always happens a little bit better if they feel like their quarterback's on their side.
So far, 5 sacks against him. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Throwing again, Mariota on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw Mariota. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To the air again, Mariota. And this one complete to Smith. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Now Parkey for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They stay on the ground with White. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. A huge play there on the screen pass. 51 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Going on the ground, it's White. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Here's a 2nd and 7. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync, because early in a game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to, but as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marched off another 15 against your squad.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to go back to Corey Davis there, but it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to throw, and that's Elliott, complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Elliott, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Well, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game, because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got a 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Don't say nothing.
Looking to throw. It's caught. This is White. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant.
2nd and 9 now. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. 3rd and long here for Mariota. And that is incomplete. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we've got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy, they did it well.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Opting to run again here with White. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Offense.
On the ready.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
I know you felt that one.
They'll keep it on the ground. White. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Here we go. 10 Lobo.
Watch 54. Watch 54.
Check right. Check right. Shoot. Shoot.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded at the 20.
Come on, fellas.
And the Titans getting set to go. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Mariota. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he rifles one incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing, Mariota. It's caught, Smith. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Mariota to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. They'll look to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied. Here's Matt Bosher now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football, comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. You took the words right out of my mouth. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
On first down, it's Elliott. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Elliott on first down going absolutely nowhere as he'll lose about 3 on the play. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Watch the pass.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Mariota now. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs rolled around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us.
True.
We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Meh.
Yeah,
MEH, meh. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Nashville.